Alright, what's up? Welcome back. Alright, welcome back to another week on the van, and first things first, this week we are going to get this heater installed. So, since the last video I've put a couple little bits together, like this pump section here with the fuel filter into the pump, and then this nice bit of pipe which is going to go into the heater. And I have just loosely fitted this plate onto the heater and run the cable through for the pump that's going to go below. So that's kind of where we're at. What I'm going to do is get this plate tightened down on the heater and get the pump set up attached to it, and potentially the exhaust and the air intake, and we can then just put it in the hole. I'm going to dry fit it to start with, get the pump working, make sure the heater works, and make sure that it's pulling fuel up from the tank. Now I'm just hoping I have enough fuel in the tank, because obviously the pipe doesn't hit the bottom, so it doesn't drain the van dry fuel. But I'm just hoping there's enough in there just to test this heater. So yeah, let's crack on with this, and hopefully we can have this thing fired up. Good morning, and yeah, I didn't film much yesterday, hence the fact why I'm saying good morning again. So today I'm going to just finalise a few bits with the heater, just get it completely sealed in, and then we've got some more sanding to do and some more undercoating to do on the roof, and then the kind of insides are ready for us to start building cabinets. So that's cool. So let's crack on. So that is the heater placed in place. Alright, welcome to a very cosy under the van, and hopefully I don't get copyrighted for playing music, but oh well. So yeah, this is the heater, bottom and underside of the heater. We had to just kind of modify this bit with an angle grinder, so there's not a very good seal around here. So that's what we need to work on today, get this real and nice and sealed in. And I also need to just put a clamp on this end of the exhaust here, because it wobbles around. So I've kind of fabricated something, but I could do something a little longer, I think. So that's another little job for today. But first thing, we're just going to pop the exhaust off so we can just pull this up, just so I can get some silicone around the bit on the floor, and then we can drop it back in and get some fiberglass filler around here, and then wax oil in this area just to keep it nice and protected. So that's today's little job. Alright, so it's been a couple of hours since I last checked in, but as you can hear that the heater is running and is producing heat. The fuel lines are pulling fuel from the tank, which is marvellous. So tomorrow I'll go under the van and I'll take you under so you can see what's going on under there. I have got to just fix up the exhaust for this guy. But this guy kind of needs to be fixed in before the exhaust can go on, because this just spins around. So yeah, I'll catch you tomorrow, and I'll show you what I've done. It's a little bit hard to kind of film under there and set up the tripod because it's not really high enough. So yeah, I'll catch you tomorrow. All right, welcome. Well, I don't know why I'm saying welcome, but good morning, and it's a nice day today here in the UK. So nice day to get working on the van. So we've got all these little nail holes we just need to fill before we can paint this. So I'm going to fill it, let it dry, sand it down, and hopefully get some paint on by the end of the day. So yeah, that's kind of today's motive. It's not a particularly exciting one, but nonetheless it's something that's got to be done. So yeah, off we go, I guess. Okay, so today's first job is to spray some van wheels. So I decided that I didn't like the van wheels that were on, which are this colour here. So I wanted black wheels and off-road tyres. Now the van had come with 3 brand new tyres and 1 sort of half-worn tyre. So there's kind of no motive to replace the tyres yet, as they are, you know, all in good condition and tyres are not cheap. But the wheels, I really hate the wheels. I don't like this silver at all. And I wanted black steel wheels. There's plenty of alloy wheels, but I kind of plan to take the van off-road a little bit and things like that. So I didn't really want alloys because they can get damaged quite easily. So I thought, well, let's just spray the wheels and see what they look like. So that's what we're going to do here today. Good morning, and what a beautiful day it is here today, and what better day to do some more work on a van. So we've got a few tidying up bits to do, that's kind of what I'm going to focus on. Come on, man. For the rest of this video is just kind of finishing up a few areas. So obviously we've got the side door to finish and we've also got these strips here to finish and across there to finish. And we're also going to get the bulkhead piece in behind the seats, which is going to contain the batteries as well. Oh, and then there's a few bits of trim just above the floor. Now the floor's in just to kind of seal the edge of the floor to the walls. So yeah, that's kind of what we're going to finish this week doing, and then hopefully next week we'll start building some furniture in here. I'm going to go and pick up some wood tomorrow for the furniture and that. So yeah, it's coming along, and things are going to start and change rapidly now. We're going to start and build furniture. It's going to be some big changes. So yeah, I'm not going to ramble anymore today, and we'll crack on and get a few bits done. That fits nicely in there, so we'll get that painted up, and yeah, we'll get that nailed in. So now let's move on to this piece here, and the same piece on that side. So yeah, let's get them cut, and then yeah, that will be all of the actual walls finished, and then we've just got the door left for like the walling, and then after that it's just kind of just trim pieces, just to kind of tidy up edges like that, and then like I said, these edges here as well. Alright, so I just cracked on, and I just got the other 2 bits cut for that side, and then the one over there. So that is kind of the final pieces for the wall slatting cut. So I'm going to take all them out now, get them all undercoated and painted, and then we'll put them on. So yeah, in the meantime, let's have a look at this door and see what we can do. So we can still open the door, but still have a similar style to the rest of the van. Alright, so quite a few of these bits of wood are a bit scrappy. That's because these were the old floor pieces. So I am actually reusing some of the wood that we've taken out and replaced with nicer stuff. So yeah, it just means we've got to be a bit selective with where we cut our slats from. Alright, so whilst I've been cutting, my mum has been very kind and painted all the slats for me, so that is grand. Thank you. So yeah, now let's look at getting them fit into the van, and then hopefully we can have the side door finished and fit them bits in, and life will be good. Alright, so whilst we have been gone, we have put all the slats on the doors, which is very nice. Now I didn't show anything because we were just kind of cracked on, but we went with the screw them on kind of approach. and to be honest, it looks pretty good. I need to go and get some more screws tomorrow just to finish the last 6 slats. And we've made the windowsill piece for here. We've just painted it, so that will put that in later. So now we're going to tackle the bulkhead here. In the meantime, so yeah, let's jump on with this. All right, so I went and fetched some wood this morning. So let's start getting this cut. Okay, so yesterday I kind of got a bit distracted and didn't really film much more. But I've kind of cracked on with a few little bits, and I'm kind of just going to show you what's going on over here. So I've been working on some electrical pieces. Actually, I think I've lost that clip. Anyway, so disconnected the van terminals and I've installed this switch. So I've fitted some new terminals to the van. I just need to get some crimps for these. So the van will still be connected directly to the battery, with not connected to that switch. And then this relay here, which charges the leisure batteries, is hooked up to this switch here. So whilst I'm working on the rest of this, I can just leave this in the off position, just isolate all that, and that will just be fitted here on the other side of the bulkhead piece. So it'll be accessible to shut off if we need to. And I'll kind of run the cables in roughly here. I just need to mount that properly. And then under here, got to fuse the first bus bar. I'll leave links to some of this stuff while I think about it. Yep, and then the positive one's going to be on the other side. So the positives and negatives are going to be completely separated. Yeah, and then also got the heater cable here, which is going to join up to this mess. And I'm going to kind of modify the wiring for the heater slightly, so the control panel doesn't have to be anywhere near the heater, and it can be on the side of the cupboard as you come in the door over there, because that seems a better place to put it with the light switches and things like that. So yeah. What I'm going to do also is get the fuse box soon for the back, and at least get it all connected, even if I don't put any fuses in it. There'll be no need to put fuses in because we won't have any batteries, but it'll just get all them cables out of our way. Also trying to build around it, so, and at least then we know that the fuse box actually fits in the cupboard and not trying to fit it after the fact. So yeah, that's kind of what I've been doing. So I've got to drill a few vent holes in the bulkhead, which is the first job of today, and I've got to put a few more screws in there, and then I'm going to go and pick up a track for the saw, so we can cut these along lengths and start to begin to rough fit the bed into the van, which is quite an exciting moment. I'm quite looking forward to this. So yeah, let's jump onto it. So that's plenty of cutting. That's roughly what the bed's going to look like. A little bit across here, and then some dividers to give it some strength. So yeah, it's starting to take shape. Alright, so that is the end of this week, and we got quite a lot done. Now I know the video was a bit janky. I just kind of wasn't really in the mood to film. I just wanted to crack on with some things. So yeah, a lot of the inside now is, not a lot, but the bench, a lot of the rough construction of that is done, and some of it is undercoated. So next week we'll start to assemble that, and then we'll start to cut the panels for the rest of the cabinetry and do the rough makeup for that. And then yeah, we're kind of cracking on. So hopefully just a couple more weeks, and yeah, we should be able to take this out on the road, hopefully. So yeah, we need to decide where we're going to have our first night, because that's kind of like, it's looming on now. You can see the light at the end of the tunnel. So I'll see you guys next week, and yeah, we'll crack on and get this thing looking like a camper van.